Velachery, Chennai. Velachery, Chennai. Dhanyavad to everyone to having me here, Kiran, Nagraj Garu. I'm coming from Uttar Pradesh. I'm coming from Yogi Adityanath's Uttar Pradesh. I'm coming from the birthplace of Sri Ram. I'm coming from the birthplace of Lord Shri Krishna. So on the onset, let me greet you with Jai Shri Ram and Jai Shri Krishna. Kiran, can we have the slides so that I can show you some Uttar Pradesh, that how Uttar Pradesh is looking now. So this journey of me with the monk, people say I started looking like him. No, I say I'm a cheap copy of him. So this journey started with this book, The Monk Who Became Chief Minister. Then it came in multiple languages. In fact, it came in Tamil. S.G. Surya did the translation, and H. Rajaji is sitting here. He wrote the foreword for the book. Namaste, sir. Thank you. So this is how the journey started. And why I wrote this book, because when he became the Chief Minister, when Yogi Adityanath became the Chief Minister in 2017, the whole of English media was full with only negative news about him. And he was the only Chief Minister after Narendra Modi for which even foreign media was very interested. So I thought, okay, why New York Times is interested in a Chief Minister? Because the foreign media is normally interested in Prime Ministers. So they were busy bitching about Narendra Modi, but they started taking interest in Yogi Adityanath also. So that also gave me second point of interest. Why a New York Times or a BBC is interested in Yogi Adityanath, and then I started my journey. Next. Yeah, next. So this book came. I'll just tell you for 10 minutes his childhood. If I tell you Yogi Adityanath, what comes to mind? What is the one thing that comes to mind? Bulldozer, right? Someone said bulldozer. Bulldozer means, in Hindi we say, I don't know what is the Tamil version, it's called tevar. Can anyone who understands Hindi, maybe Rajesh, you can say. Like the flair, right? The flair of justice. Bulldozer is a symbol of that. How it comes, can I find some symbols in his childhood? I can, right? Can you just, yeah, so I started meeting a lot of people. This is near his village, one of his classmates in white clothes. Next. Then the book went to London, okay, then next. Yeah, then we went to his village, right, where he was born and brought up. And in this village, the mother, that time the father was also alive. The father is no more now. Namaste, ma'am. Yeah. So, and the mother still lives in the same house, in the same two-room small house in the Panchur village. In the last 1 kilometer, you have to walk. Have you seen any Chief Minister who's a Chief Minister for 7 years, Member of Parliament for 19 years, who's still, his old house is still, and the mother lives there? I'll show you the house. Yeah, can you just go on? This is his house. And while I was leaving, me and my publisher was leaving, you know who is standing at the door? Yogi Adityanath's mother. She was seeing him for 5 minutes. We were nicely like urban people taking selfie from here and there. The mother was standing, okay, because we are Atithi, we are guests. And you know what was her problem with us? Because we did not take lunch. That was her problem, that why we are not spending more time. This is the Chief Minister's mother. Move on. This is the mother. She's not very well. She was 80 then. She must be 86 years old now. Father died 2 years back. He was around 87 then. Yeah, next. This is the father. Now about the father. His father's name is Anand Singh Bist. Yogi ji's name was Ajay Singh Bist. I'm sure you all know, before sannyas, they have a materialistic name, and then they do pindadan. They have their own pindadan, and then they acquire a new name and new entity. If you see the Aadhaar card or passport of Yogi Adityanath, in the father's name column, you will see the guru's name. That's how Bharatiya sannyas parampara goes. You can ask with any sannyasi. What Anand Singh Bist told is amazing thing about Yogi. He told multiple stories. When we were leaving, he held my hand. He said, you saw my house, that small house, right? I said, that's the only asset I have in my life. उन्होंने हिंदी में कहा यही मेरी एक संपत्ति है. That's the only asset I have in my life. He said, a lot of my friends, you know, in forest also there's a lot of corruption. A lot of my friends make big bungalows in Dehradun. Dehradun is a big city in Uttarakhand. So a lot of my friends make big bungalows in Dehradun, but my only asset is this house. And then he stopped. He held my hand tight. I still can feel his touch. You know what did he say? He said, my biggest asset is my honest Chief Minister's son. And he started crying. When he said that, honest Chief Minister's son, that echoes in my ears, and that echoes in 75 districts of Uttar Pradesh and in whole of India. A honest Chief Minister, that after years and years and decades, Uttar Pradesh, a state with 24 crore people, population bigger than many countries. You know, if Uttar Pradesh were to be a country, is the sixth most populous country in the world. Right? That's how Uttar Pradesh, that's what Uttar Pradesh is. US has 36 crore people, UP has 24 crore people. Right? Okay, yeah, move on. See, I'm sure you've seen the left, Akhilesh Yadav. This is his house. This is Akhilesh Yadav's house. And that's Yogi Adityanath's house. Right? So you can analyze who is doing people's welfare and who is doing the politics of own welfare. Okay, move on. Yeah. These are the various schools he went to, all the government schools he went to. Yeah, next. I met his, all that. So yeah, this is how Yogi Adityanath was when he was in college. Okay, so from school he went to college. He went to do his BSc in Kodwar. Kodwar is also a small town in Uttarakhand. And there you will love the coincidence, or as we say in Hindi, Sanyog or a Devayog, right? Was it a coincidence or what was it? A divine intervention. While he was in college, Raja sir, he joined Vidyarthi Parishad. He joined Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad. And this was which year? With the year you will tell the story. The year was 1991. You got the story? What I'm going to tell? Okay. Those were the years of Ram Mandir movement. And you will be amazed to know that his Guruji, the name of the Guruji was Mahant Avedyanath. He died in 2014. He was also the member of parliament from Gorakhpur. Mahant Avedyanath was the head of the Ram Mandir committee. A lot of people think Ashok Singhal ji was. Ashok Singhal ji had a principle that I will be like the Karyakarta, but some Sant will be the forefront of the Ram Mandir movement. So Ram Mandir movement was led by Mahant Avedyanath. And Mahant Avedyanath was given a task that he has to go to college campus and talk about the importance of Ram Mandir. And Gorakhpur to Uttarakhand, where Yogi Adityanath was studying, is almost 800-900 kilometers. And just think of 2090-91 when transport was very weak, roads were hardly there, trains were very weak, hardly any airports. Can you imagine the coincidence that Mahant Avedyanath lands in Kodwar, 800-900 kilometers from eastern Uttar Pradesh to Uttarakhand. At that time it was Uttar Pradesh only, to Paschim Uttar Pradesh or West Uttar Pradesh. And Ajay Singh Best was the organizer of that event, right? So the event was organized on Ram Mandir. And then, you know, the organizer and the speaker gets little close, and they started talking that, okay, we need people like you in the mutt. This is the first time Mahant Avedyanath and Yogi, in fact, in a recent interview, Yogi Adityanath said that I became sannyasi because of Ram Mandir movement. A lot of people did not understand what does it mean, right? This is the story behind that. So he met his guru on the pretext of Ram Mandir movement. Okay, then he said, why don't you come over sometime? Okay, he said, okay, aise hi kaha hoga. He must have said just like that. After a couple of months, Yogi Adityanath lands in Gorakhpur just to explore. And they have like 1 week he spent there, he came back. And it's not very simple. See, traveling 900 kilometers in 1991 when you don't have pocket money, hardly any trains, it sounds very simple today. You can take a flight, train and go anywhere. 1991, traveling, even many people born in their district died in their district. They never even moved out of their district and villages, right? So I'm talking about those days. So he lands in Gorakhpur. He comes back. Then he started MSc in Rishikesh, in a different town. It's also in Uttarakhand. Yeah, I'm sure you all know Rishikesh, right? He started doing his MSc. Then one day he reads on newspaper that Mahant Avedyanath is ill and he's admitted in AIIMS, Delhi. Now, thanks to Narendra Modi, we have 17, 18 AIIMS. Earlier there was only one AIIMS, right? That's in Delhi. Okay, so Mahant Avedyanath was a member of parliament, so obviously admitted in AIIMS, Delhi. This boy, means Ajay Singh Best, reads the newspaper and from Rishikesh he lands in Delhi to find out what happened to Mahant Avedyanath. Delhi AIIMS is such a huge structure that finding your patient is a puzzle in itself, right? So he goes there, finds Avedyanath, and then Mahant Avedyanath, must be the year 1993. He held his hand and said, "Ab to aapko aana padega. You have to come now, right? This is high time. My health is not well." Though Mahant Avedyanath only died in 2014, see, can you imagine in a hospital, multiple tubes going in and out, someone holding your hand and saying, okay, now you have to come. And then Yogi Adityanath took the final decision. He went back home. He did not finish his MSc. It was only 3 months, 4 months to his MSc. He was a very good student. And he went to Gorakhpur. He went to Gorakhpur without even telling his parents. He said, I am going for some job or some. Right? Those days, even parents did not track exactly what your child is doing. Right? Before I moved to Gorakhpur, I just tell you one incident when he was a child. Right? They had 5-6 cows in their house. And the work of grazing the cows was given to Ajay Singh Bist, Yogi Adityanath. One day when he got up in the morning, he saw his cows are hurt. One of the cows had a lot of problem in the leg. He was doing some putty, some bandage. And then he went out, he recognized who might have done the mischief, right? He went out, he went to a small hillock. Can you imagine an 11-year boy is doing this, right? And he went to a hillock and saying, if anyone messes with my cows. Can you imagine the scene? An 11-year boy on a hillock. He's saying, from tomorrow onwards, if anyone messes with my cow, it will not be good, right? And that, the tevar I was saying, that you see in the bulldozer action that's happening today, right? During the college, one more very interesting, two more very interesting thing happens, right? So he joined ABVP, so there is a student election. He did not fight election. One of the other students was fighting election, and they were doing canvassing for that student. They were going out of the city. One day, there were a lot of people, 10, 15 people, 4, 5 girls, these boys, and I have photos of Yogi Adityanath in bandana. Maybe you can show some photos of Yogi Adityanath. Can you move on? Can you identify Yogi Adityanath for me in both the pictures? The pictures are not very clear. They're clearer in the book. So like, I'm trying to show he was like a normal, like a pant shirt wearing boy going to college, wearing bandana, people having guitar in the team, right? So once they went for a canvassing for a student, she was Savita, I think name was, she was contesting, no, Saraswati. She was contesting election. And while returning, got very late. And in hills, it get a little scary, right? Hardly any transport. And 91 hills, hardly any transport. And they were very far away from the city. So no bus was stopping by. Because in those days, I don't know, this must be here also, bus fellow used to think these college boys will never buy the ticket, right? They will say WT pass and anyway 10 seats will get spoiled. Let me not stop. 1 bus, 2 bus, 3 bus, 4 bus, all went by and it was like 8 o'clock in the night. These girl folks started crying that my father will not allow me to contest the election. Let alone elections, he will not allow me to come to college itself. You know what Yogi Adityanath did? He stood in front of the next bus. I will not recommend you to do this, any of you, but a 21-year-old, can you imagine, like, will you do this for anyone? Like, and when he got into the bus, he said, we are from Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, we will pay ticket price for every child, right? Every student. We are not one of those SFI ones, right? Okay, and then that girl won the election. One more incident I'll narrate on the college, then I'll move to Mutt. Once there is a Vidyarthi Parishad, big Samagan happened in Uttarakhand in Kotdwar. And a lot of people came from a lot of neighboring districts. One boy unfortunately died of cholera. Those days, remember, these diseases are very prevalent. It was not easy. They took it to hospital. He was declared dead. And can you imagine 21-year-old boy, a dead body? It's not easy, right? And hospital also said, we don't have much facility, just take it off. There's a small, tiny CHC there. All the friends also ran away. No, we are not messing with his dead body. You know what Yogi Adityanath did? He wrapped the body, took some tractor and took the body and dropped in the village. These are not simple signs. Can you imagine a 21-year-old doing all of this? So I think the signal of bulldozer justice was visible even then. Yeah, next. Okay, and then he becomes the monk. After 6 months, the parents get to know from the newspaper that, okay, my boy has become the mahant. And they took a train, they went to Gorakhpur. Again, I'll do from Uttarakhand to Gorakhpur, quite a journey. They went there, mother and father, Anand Singh Bist and Savita Devi, they went there. And they saw Yogi Adityanath shaved off in Bhagwa attire, and they said, okay, enough, theek hai, ho gaya, chalo, ghar chalo, enough is enough, your hobby is over, and okay, come home now, pack bag and come home now. And his Guruji was not there, I think then, and they made talk to Guruji, they made them talk to Guruji on phone. Guruji said a very simple thing. Guruji said, you have 7 children. Can you give me 1 child for Desh, for Dharma, for Sanatan? And with this, See, if that day Anand Singh Bist or Savita ji could have become a little weak, we could not have got Yogi Adityanath. So thanks to both the parents. Thanks to both the parents. His Guruji said, if you want to take him away, take him away. But can you please donate me? Can you give this, not to me, to Bharatvarsh, to Sanatan Dharma, and speaking about him in this Sanatan Sangam is an honor for me. Thank you. And I was amazed to know that Kiran was telling me, to do this Samagam, you have to go to court and take a permission. My God, which state we are living in. That to do a simple event, that's like you have to go to a court. Yeah. Yeah, next. Next. So, yeah, this is his Guruji, Mahanta Vednath. Yeah, next. This is the mutt when I was researching in the mutt. Yeah, just hold on here. Just go to the previous slide. Do you see the Sant? He's not Yogi Adityanath, he's one of the Gorakhnath mutt. And if you see the kundal in his ear, so all the Nathpanthi sadhus, right? They are also called Kanfata sadhus. Kanfata means, and they don't do in the lower lobe that we do, right? They do in this lobe. It seems that create more of ascetic tendencies. And when you do this procedure, even if you do, they say, no, okay, you have too much love with your body, go, move on, right? And it seems in the history of Nath Parampara, when it was done to Yogi Adityanath, like he behaved as if like nothing happened, not even a ant bite, right? And he was 22 years. 1994, he was 22 years when he took sannyas. And his sannyas are also very celebrated. I'm sure you will see a very celebrated person in sannyas. Next. No, you jumped. Come back. Yeah. Can you identify the person who is speaking? Can you identify? Ashok Singhal-ji, right. So yeah, so that was his sannyas. This is Yogi Adityanath in 1994 when Ajay Singh Bist did his pindadan. I'm sure you know, they do their own pindadan, like as if they are dead. Meaning their identity is dead, their relationships are dead. Now they are a new person. And the new person called Yogi Adityanath was born in 1994. Okay, next. And then started the mutt life. His day was meeting a lot of people, every day a Janta Darbar. If you see his Janta Darbar before he became a chief minister, you will think as if he's a chief minister, right? There's 500, 400 people surrounding him, a lot of typewriters, people are writing letters to DM, to SP, to collector, and if somebody is not listening, he's saying, okay, so it means letter will not work, meaning I have to come there. And that was his way, right? He used to write a letter, do a phone call, and if not, he used to present himself. And he was so popular, not only in Gorakhpur, all the eastern district. People from Bihar used to come for his, as if he's running as a kind of a parallel government, right? And why he became so known? Because what is he writing letters for? Not to get you a petrol pump or a contract. He's writing if police fellow is not writing your FIR, if you're not getting your scholarship, if you're not getting your widow pension, if you're not getting your scholarships, right? And he's writing letters and letters and letters, right? This he was doing for 20 years. Right? And he was also attending parliament. Like his attendance was from 1998, he was in parliament. So in 1994, Mahanta Vednath passed on his spiritual baton. And in 1998, he passed on his political battle. Right? 98, 99, 2004, 2009, 2014. 19 long years Yogi Adityanath was in parliament. Right? A lot of people discount this. Arey, to koi ghanti bajan. Oh, he's some Panditji putting ghanti. People don't know he was in parliament for 19 years. And if you see every parliament session, his attendance is 80%, 90%. I checked with the parliament library when I was researching. He said, whenever parliament get adjourned, sir must be knowing, people go to 3 places, right? One, they gossip in the central hall. I am telling about the old parliament, central hall, or they go home because their homes are hardly 10 minutes, or they eat that 5 paise ka samosa. Now that samosa is 50 rupees because Narendra Modi has changed the rates, right? Earlier they were super subsidized. So these are the 3 places. You know, where was Yogi Adityanath? He was in Parliament Library. And I was seeing that he has issued multiple books in English and Hindi, right? He was issuing books from Karl Marx to Adam Smith to Adi Shankaracharya to Nehru to Patel. He was reading everything from about you and about the enemy both, right? Because as you say, you have to have the Shatru bodh also. You should know what your enemy is up to, right? So he was attending parliament. His attendance, private member bills was on the top, right? In fact, I compared his parliamentary record with Rahul Gandhi's parliamentary record from 2014 to 17. Literally, I compared in my book. So Rahul Gandhi's attendance was 49%. Rahul Gandhi lives like 7 minutes from parliament, right? Even if he rides the bicycle, even if he runs, he reaches in like 12 minutes. That's how these houses are, right? His attendance was 49%. His number of question asked is 0. To Narendra Modi government. Yogi Adityanath is asking 300 questions to Narendra Modi government. Can you imagine that? Rahul Gandhi is asking to opposition leader 0 questions. Now he started asking some questions. Debates, Rahul Gandhi's debate was 7. Yogi Adityanath's debate was 57. Private member bill, I doubt even Rahul Gandhi knows what's a private member bill. You present a private member bill on a Friday, you have an opportunity. And the national average was 1.5, Yogi Adityanath's average was 3. So he was like a very engaged parliamentarian and engaged in his constituency because he was meeting 300, 400 people every day. Yeah, next. You must not be knowing this Guruji. He's a very important Guruji in Ramjan movie movement. His son Satya Nitya Gopal Das. He's fortunately still alive. He was very sick last year. And he's the part of Ram Mandir committee also. Right? He was that day present also. Yeah, next. No. We moved a lot. Yeah, come back. Even back. Yeah, back. Yeah. This is in 2014 when Mahant Avednath died. And he became the Mahant of Gorakhnath Mutt. Earlier he was like the Mahant elected, but he became the Mahant. And he's also the head of Akhil Bharatiya Nath Sampradaya. I'm sure if you search, there must be a lot of Nath Sampradaya ashrams in Tamilnadu also. I have traced a lot of in Karnataka, where Gorakhnath ji personally travelled. And we traced the lineage of Nath Parampara from Adinath Shiva. From Adinath Shiva to Gorakhnath to Masendranath, now from his gurus. His immediate gurus, right? Immediate gurus, Mahant Avednath and then Mahant Digvijayanath. And see the Sanyog, when in 1949, the Ramlala Murti got the darshan in Ayodhya. Mahant Digvijayanath was the one who organized the 10-day part in 1949, his Dada Guru. When Ram Mandir movement was at its peak, Mahant Avednath was at the helm of affair, and when the Ram Mandir was built, Yogi Adityanath was the chief minister. I am sure this is not coincidence. The destiny, and also from the Narendra Modi side, when Advani ji did the Rath Yatra, who was managing the Rath Yatra? Narendra Modi. So I think Ram Lala was also waiting. When I have these two kind of people in ruling in Ayodhya, then only I'll come back. Yeah, next. I'm sure a lot of people, if anyone a link from Karnataka, you must be knowing. He is Nirmalanand Nath Swamiji from Adi Chunchanagiri Mutt, very famous mutt and there are Guru Bhais. So he did the Abhishekam for. So that's why I'm trying to say he's connected to the All India Nath Sampradaya. Also, it has a very famous mutt from Afghanistan still to Nepal also. Yeah, next. Next. Hello. Okay. So in 2017, the good day came in March when Yogi Adityanath, the parliamentarian Yogi Adityanath, became the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh. And he gave the parting speech in parliament. That's a speech you all should hear. And he made a very interesting joke. That time, Akhilesh Yadav and Rahul Gandhi also came together. And it was a phrase given, UP ke ladke, right? UP ke ladke means Akhilesh Yadav. And he said in parliament that I am 1 year elder to Akhilesh Yadav and I'm 1 year younger to Rahul Gandhi. I came in between their plans and became the chief minister. He said, मैं उनसे 1 साल छोटा हूँ, एक से 1 साल बड़ा हूँ, मैं उनके plan के बीच में आ गया. Right? He's very witty. When you talk to him, he's very witty. Okay, next. He became the chief minister. And then started, so yeah, this is the oath ceremony when Ram Naik ji was the governor then. Yeah, March 2017 was like a historical day for the people of Uttar Pradesh. And it changed the politics of India also from then. Yeah, next. And from there started the ending of Mafia Raj. Let me spend 2-3 minutes on Mafia Raj. And then came my second book, where I wrote about the monk who transformed Uttar Pradesh. So this covers what all Yogi Adityanath did. A lot of people talk various versions of the bulldozer justice. So what is bulldozer justice exactly? When Yogi Adityanath came, Uttar Pradesh has 75 districts, right? Large districts, every district, and with 24 crore population. And because he knew the mafiadom, how mafiadom operated while he was a member of parliament in Gorakhpur. And as a member of parliament, if you have an opposing chief minister, you can't do much really, right? You're just a member of parliament, and when you don't have a double engine, as Narendra Modi ji puts it, if you don't have a same government, and Yogi Adityanath was surviving when Mayawati was the chief minister, Mulayam Singh Yadav was the chief minister, Akhilesh Yadav was the chief minister. So in a very antagonistic environment, he was surviving, right? So, but he knew what's happening in Uttar Pradesh. It's not that he was not aware. As soon as he came, he asked his police fellow, can you list all the organized mafias in all the districts? And what is the organized mafia? Organized mafia means like he has a team of 100, 200 people. He is a sand mafia or a land mafia or a cheating mafia or a car stealing mafia or a kidnapping mafia. These were thriving in Uttar Pradesh. And their heads were MLAs and MPs. I'm sure you all know, from Mukhtar Ansaris to Azam Khan to Atiq Ahmed, they were in parliament. They were member of parliaments. And today we can't even believe that these people who were like, not like small-time criminal, like they were like on daylight, they have shot people, multiple people. They have like 40 murder charges, right? They were usurped lands of the labor of 100 acres, 200 acres land, right? Azam Khan being a minister, he's still in jail. He usurped the land, 80 hectare, made himself the vice chancellor, made his wife the treasurer of the university. Can you imagine, like this was happening in daylight? This was Uttar Pradesh was all about. He said, okay, and the list was 10,000 people. When the police made the team, it was 10,000 people. He said, okay, he made it small STF, small task force, special task force, and sent behind all these mafias. And almost 3,500 got arrested. And these are the people who got never FIR'd or FIR'd never got arrested or arrested, ran from jail, ran from courtrooms and became MLAs, MPs. These were those people. And then they started going to jail. And in some of the cases where there was counter firing, 150 people also. Poindi. And the bulldozer was a very smart trick. You know what is a smart trick? As soon as any charge sheet came in his hand, he asked his police fellow, how is he surviving? How is he running his empire? How is he buying those firearms? What is the base of his empire? And people don't know, he runs a hotel. Or say, okay, is the hotel running on a legal land? No, sir. Have we given a notice? Yes, sir. Because see, procedurally notices are anyway going. But nobody is taking action. In fact, some notices were given thanks to Akhilesh Yadav in his time also. See, government does some work anyways, right? Like Babus do some work anyways, but only thing they don't need the final action. So he said, okay, first notice gone, okay, second notice gone, okay, third notice, 15 days, chaspa. We call it chaspa means you have to stick the notice so that you can say, I have not seen the notice. So say, what should we do? Okay, bulldoze it. And you know, you'll be surprised to know 67,000 acres of land is recovered in Uttar Pradesh in last 7 years. It's like a new state in itself, right? These were SC/ST lands, these were farmer lands, these were Nazul lands, these were government lands, which were nicely made by. In fact, Atiq Ahmed's big bungalow was next to High Court of Allahabad. They never took a suo moto. In fact, Yogi Adityanath broke that house, made 72 houses and gave to the Safai Karmis of Uttar Pradesh. Mukhtar Ansari, he had a big hotel. He used to call the Taj Mahal of Mukhtar Ansari. You know, some hotel Janab or something, right? It was raised to dust, right? Now the government land is back and some other more houses are being made, right? In fact, there was an ex-DGP, very famous DGP, Prakash Singh. He compared Yogi Adityanath with Lee Kuan Yew, if you know who's Lee Kuan Yew. Lee Kuan Yew is the one who established Singapore. Right? In fact, there are a lot of policy school, governance, politics schools run in the name of Lee Kuan Yew. And Lee Kuan Yew is known for his solid law and order. And Prakash Singh compared Yogi Adityanath, I compare Yogi Adityanath with Lee Kuan Yew. Earlier, UP was known for multiple things, right? UP was known for like 20th GDP, no law and order, hardly any expressway, hardly any airport. One thing, UP was number one. But it was Gunda Raj. And now in 7 years, UP has the second highest GDP. UP has the largest investment state. UP is supplying almost 30,000 megawatt power, is a 24/7 electricity state, must be giving better electricity than Chennai also, which we can't also believe because I am born and brought up in UP. When I wrote my second book, I gave the tagline that how Yogi Adityanath changed UP wala bhaiya abuse to a badge of honor. UP wala bhaiya was literally abused. When we used to go to Mumbai or Bangalore, we'll say, oh, he's a UP wala. He must have done 1 or 2 murders and come. He might be having some fake documents. He might be having some fake mark sheet, right? And when we now go to any place, they say, okay, he's from Yogi Adityanath, Uttar Pradesh. How you can change the image of a place from 7 years. During Corona time, when Nokia removed his plant from China, it did not go to Tamilnadu or Karnataka, it came to Noida. And Yogi Adityanath gave a 30-kilometer extra electricity line just for that plant because 5,000 jobs were being created and now all these jobs are filled in the last 3 years. I was seeing the principal secretary's aviation tweet yesterday. In Uttar Pradesh, there are only 3 airports. He tweeted about the 16th airport which was launched yesterday in Moradabad, which is a very small town. If you remember, the cricketer Azharuddin became a member of parliament in 2009 from there, right? The same Moradabad. Now Uttar Pradesh has 16 functioning airport, and a Jewar airport is coming in Noida, which will be the Asia's largest airport and world's 4th largest airport. This is that Uttar Pradesh where even 2 single airports are not working properly. Okay, next. Next. Can you give me water, please? Water. Okay, yeah, then came this book. Then I went to, next. I went to US. I did a trip of US for this book, The Monk Who Transformed Uttar Pradesh. In fact, Mohandas Pai ji, if you know, a famous entrepreneur, he gave the foreword for the book. Next. Yeah, I went to Harvard. I went to a lot of places, Harvard, Oxford. I did a 20-day tour from New Jersey to California about governance model. When I was in Harvard, one very left-leaning student, Indian student, asked me 2 questions, very interesting questions. He said, Yogi Adityanath is a sannyasi, right? He should go to, almost like Khadgeji, right? He should go to Himalayas. He should do tapasya. Why he is enjoying the fruits of politics, he said. Is he a liability or an asset to politics, right? And I did not have a ready answer. What answer came out was like, some days like Saraswati sits on your jiva, right? It was one of those days. I asked them, he was in Kennedy School. I'm sure he's a very famous school. Kennedy is where Obama went. Like a lot of very famous people study in Kennedy School. Kennedy was one of the president who got shot dead. I said, you study politics in your school. You study law and order, justice, campaigns, everything in your school, right? Do you study how to make a selfless politician? Do you study how to make a non-corrupt politician? There are a lot of impeachments in your country also. Do you study how to make a morally and economically and character-wise strong prime minister or a politician? He said, no. He said, no, what kind of question is that? How can you do that? If someone will do something wrong, police and courts will take over. I said, no, India has a method. India has 2 methods, in fact. One method is RSS, where it is a factory to produce good people. It's a factory to produce good leaders. And we have seen, and there is one more parampara, it's called Sannyas Parampara. That's also a long factory to produce good people. They can go in various fields. It can become Baba Ramdev, from Sri Jaggi Vasudev to Yogi Adityanath also. And then I've gave them 2 examples, which you cannot learn in Harvard. The first file, and I have spoken this multiple times, some of you must have heard if you have watched my videos. The first file, Raja sir, that came to Yogi Adityanath ji is which car we should buy for you. That's the first file that came, that which car we should buy for you. In 2017, he became the chief minister. He said, why car? There must be some car like of the previous chief minister. He said, yes sir, we have 3 previous cars. Mayawati ji made us bought 1 crore rupees Land Cruiser and we got it like bullet-proofed and all. Then Akhilesh Yadav ji came in 2012. He made us buy 2 Mercedes SUVs, costed us 7 crore rupees. He said, then I will use one of them. No, sir. In UP, that's a trend, new CM, new car. Right? The officers are very persistent. It's a new CM, new car. And Yogi Adityanath got a little pissed off, if I can use the word. He said, I am not here to buy the car for myself. I am here so that my people become prosperous and they can buy cars. And if you want to spend more money, spend your own 250 rupees, buy a saffron towel from outside and put on the chair of my car so that will remind me every day that I came here to serve people, not to serve myself. And one of those Mercedes SUVs, which Akhilesh Yadav bought, Yogi Adityanath put in as ex-chief minister, you have to give some vehicle. He said, okay, give him back to him. I am fine with only 1 car and the police cars. Right? This is the first example I gave to Harvard. I'm saying this you cannot teach in Harvard. Second example, when he came first, he started training himself because he was never a minister also. In 98, when Atalji was a prime minister, in 2024 also, he was never a minister. So he was never gone through the government work, right? So he started training himself. He went to IIM Lucknow for 3 days, where our Annamalai also, you all know, right? K. Annamalai spent 2 years in IIM Lucknow. So he has a half UP wala element also. At least it's no harm in taking pride, right? So he took his whole ministry to IIM Lucknow multiple times and made them study monitoring and evaluation, how to study budgets, how to follow up things, right? And different things. And then he called all the principal secretaries and asked, every one day you present one ministry, education ministry, what all happened. What he did, Raja sir, he started reading the budgets of every year from last 10 years, right? Because budget is the crux of the government, right? Budget is the crux of government. Amar karo. Muste. So he started reading the budgets of last 10 years. And one line item he was not very comfortable with. And if one of you are the CAs here, you will enjoy this very much. He did not like one line item in every budget from last 10 years. He called, even like 10 years before, that line item is still persisting. He called his principal secretary finance. He said, what is this? He said, sir, I don't know. I'm only from 2 years. I never bothered. It's a small header, 3-4 crore rupees. Chalta hai, chalta hai. Hamare yahan everything chalta. See, UP has like now, then it has 2 lakh crores budget. Now Yogi Adityanath is 7 lakh crore budget. There 5, 6, 10 crores, nothing matter much, right? But Yogi Adityanath flagged it off and called the old teams, like the old babus. And then he got to know, what is the header? Header is income tax payment of chief minister and ministers of UP. He said, why we are getting like tax-free income, right? Right? UN and security peacekeeping operations, they get some tax-free income. He said, sir, you remember VP Singh? You all remember VP Singh? The Mandal Commission VP Singh? He was also the chief minister of UP for 2.5 years. Right? He was the prime minister of India, but he was the chief minister of UP also. He said, VP Singh ji, yes, sir. VP Singh ji thought that chief minister is a poor person and ministers are poor, so the income tax should be paid by the government. And since then, from last 40 years, UP government is paying the income tax of chief minister and all the ministers. Yogi Adityanath again got enraged, he got pissed off. He said, that time the PNO was, he says, from my 4th class employee, from my chief secretary, every employee income tax. Why I can't pay income tax? One minister was also sitting, he said, can't you pay your income tax? He said, obviously in the front of chief minister, he has to say, sir, I can say. Just by the strike of pen, a 40-year-old law, and you will be happy to know, from last 7 years, UP government does not pay the income tax of its chief ministers and the ministers of UP. I'll take 5 more minutes and I'll push off. Yeah. Quickly. So this is how, from a worst chief minister, we got the best chief minister in last 7 years. And this is not, I'm not telling you, although both the magazines are quite left-leaning, they are saying it, so it's not my word, it's their word. Yeah, next. Okay, now comes last 1 year, right? I'm sure you all know this. Batenge to. And we have seen the effect of this slogan yesterday, right? I was in TV studios the whole day. And claps for the victory. Claps for the victory, what happened yesterday. And it was the pure victory of batenge to katenge, ek hai to safe hai, right? In seats like, what's the seat? Aurangabad East, I guess, or Malegaon, where Imtiaz Ali or AMM lost from a Hindu candidate. That seat never had a Hindu candidate. Yesterday, it was also a UP bypoll. From 9, we had 7 seats. There is a seat in Moradabad. Moradabad is like 60% Muslim. There, Ramveer Singh won against Muhammad Azam. People are saying Ram won against Muhammad. Next. And yeah, I think this is the Marathi version of the book I got through gift him. So I think kudos to him again. What he did yesterday was amazing. Yeah, next. Yeah, this book got translated in multiple languages. I was telling H. Raja sir has written the foreword for one of the Tamil book. S.G. Surya has translated it. Yeah, next. Annamalai, I got the chance to see him and gift him the book. In fact, I'll tell you a very tiny 1-minute incident. When I met Hemant Biswaji, it's a beautiful incident. I told him, sir, and people in UP praise you very much, right? And they see Yogi Adityanath and you as like a future of India. He said, I am just a leader of 3 crore people. That's the population of Assam. Yogi Adityanath is a leader of 24 crore. They are very respectful. When I went, I told the same thing to Yogi Adityanath. He said, no, he's very respectful and he's a very good guy. It's very good to see this mutual harmony among senior leaders. Yeah, next. A lot of sons align with the book. Yeah, next. Then came the comic for the kids. And I'll tell you, I launched this comic in Chennai first, in a Chenmaya Mission Hall with 1,000 kids. And the evening I went to a store called Higginbotham's, right? In any book signing, normally 15, 20 readers show up. That day in Higginbotham, 110 people came. Books sold out. Higginbotham has to open it for 2 hours till 10 o'clock. And I never realized in Chennai, 100 people will come in a bookstore to get a comic book on Yogi Adityanath. Yeah, next. This, in fact, I lodged in London Parliament, and Virendra Sharma ji, who's a member of Parliament from Southall then, he wrote a letter for Yogi Adityanath then. Yeah. I just tell you the last note that what a government change can do. I was in Ayodhya during the Ayodhya Pran Pratishtha. I was doing commentary with NDTV. I was standing next to Saryu, Raja sir. And as soon as, you all seen the TV, as soon as the Ram Lala's Vigrah, the Murti, was inaugurated, we all saw it, right? We all were in tears. And there were big, big screens even in between the rivers on the boats, right? As soon as the statue got inaugurated, we were all seeing in the statue, and we saw 2-3 helicopters moving up, and they were like showering rose petals, right? That's a very typical of Yogi Adityanath. And the rose petals fell on the banks of Saryu. And the bank of the Saryu near me became red. And it gave me a very interesting contradiction. That the bank of Saryu became red also in 1991 by the blood of Kar Sevaks. And the bank of Saryu again became red, but because of the rose petals showered on Ram Sevaks. That's what a government change can do. And this is my request to all the people in Tamil Nadu. Thank you. Namaskar.